What's up guys, welcome back to the Phono Guy, and in this video I am going to show you 50 plus tips and tricks for the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. This is the device. You can see this is the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. There are a lot of videos on my channel about this device, you can check them out, but in this video I will just be focusing on the tips and tricks. Without any further delay, let's get started and right away jump into our first tip, which is about the always on display. We know that always on display has been here for a long time, but there are many features which many people don't know about this. So let's just directly jump into this. And for always on display, you have to go into the settings, and when you are into the settings, you actually have to go into the lock screen and security. When you are into the lock screen and security, scroll down and there you will find this feature always on display. For example, I go into this, you can see I can just turn this feature on and off if this feature is turned on. And next up we have three different options available here. First, I can set up the home button and the clock. The home button shows up here and the clock here, and I can show the clock with information, and I can either choose only the home button to be here. So we have three different options. For now we just select this option. Next up we have two other things, which is show always. When you do enable this show always, it means that the always on display will always show when the screen is locked. Otherwise you will have this option to set a schedule, where you can set a schedule that where you will start the time and where you will end the time for the always on display to be set on. So this is just all the information you need to know about the always on display. So if I just turn the device off, always on display will just appear here. So if I again go into the settings and into the lock screen and security and scroll down, and now how to customize the always on display. For this you have to go into the clock and face widgets, which is just available right below the always on display feature, and click tap on it and go into the clock styles. When you are into the clock styles, we have two different options, the always on display and the lock screen. I just want to talk about right now about the always on display, and for the lock screen I will be just talking in a moment. So you can see we have different types of clocks for the always on display. You can see I can choose between these different clocks. We have now many styles available which we can choose. For example, I just choose this one. When you have chosen the clock which you want to be on the always on display, you can just now change the colors for this. You have to tap this and you can just simply change the color. See how beautiful it looks. So we have different options available which we can use. So just apply it, and when you go back and just turn off the screen, and you will see now it appears on the screen which I have chosen for the device right now. See how beautiful it looks. So that's all about always on display feature. Next up, related to the always on display, is the face widgets. So what these face widgets do, so let's go into these face widgets. For this you have to go into the settings, lock screen, and just scroll down to the clock and face widgets and go into the face widgets. And when you are into the face widgets, you can actually control these different three things which are available: next alarm, music controller, and today's schedule. All these things will just show up on the always on display if you have enabled this all these three things. And you can also reorder them by just tapping this, that which one should be your priority. So you can also adjust them according to your need. So where to show, you can show it either on the lock screen and the always on display. Right now we are talking for the always on display. Let's put it for the always on display, and it will be available on the always on display. And next up is about the always on display, and that is the contact information. So I just want to put the contact information. For example, I just write my name here, so the name is written here. I just want to choose this for always on display. Just select it and we are good to go. Let's just unlock the phone, and you can see my name is just written right below where I just wanted to put my contact information. Next up, I just want to talk about the lock screen. I have talked about the always on display, and I think I have just covered almost everything about the always on display. Now let's just move to the lock screen, which is the next thing. And we have the lock screen. You can see now you have too many features which you can use to customize your lock screen according to your requirements. You can change the clock styles. You can also put the face widgets and many other features, and I will be just showing you all those features which I just show you for the always on display. For this you have to go again into the settings obviously, and when you're into the settings, lock screen and security, just move down and go into this clock and face widgets. When you're into the clock and face widgets, starting from the first one, the clock styles, and we are just at the same place where we were for the always on display. Here we will just talk about the lock screen now, and now we have the lock screen styles available. There are different styles available right now. You can see we have too many options available. For example, let's just select this one. So when I have selected this one, I have the ability to customize it further with changing the colors which are available for this. For example, I just want to put this color, this one. I can choose between these colors which are available, and when I apply it, so let's go back and turn off the device and go into the lock screen, and you can see the color and the style of the lock screen is now completely changed. So next up, again go into the lock screen and settings, and just go into the clock and face widgets. And next up I want to talk about this face widgets again, and now we have to show these face widgets and things on the lock screen. Just put them on the lock screen. I have already talked about these things, so you can reorder and control what things you just want to like. And when you go back, lock the device, open the device, and when you will just scroll to the left, you will have your next alarm, you will have music controller, you will have your events, everything available here. So there are few new things which are available now on the lock screen too, which you can just customize in the settings. And finally, we can also put over contact information on lock screen. For this you just have to tap the lock screen and you are good to go. Your information will now show up on the lock screen. The next step which I want to talk about is called edge lightning, and I have already shown you the always on display and the lock screen. Now let's just move to the edge lightning. What this feature does, we will just see in a moment. Now for this we have to go into the settings. When we are into the settings, just go into the display, and when you are in the display, just scroll down and go into the edge screen. When you are into the edge screen, you have this feature called edge lightning. What this feature does, I will be just showing you right away. When you are into this feature, what it does, when you have any kind of notifications, the corners of your device will just start showing a kind of light. You can see it is just demonstrating here on the phone. So how to customize it and how to use, let's just proceed. You can use it when your phone is turned on, when the screen is on, always when the screen is off. You can also put it when the screen is off and when the screen is on, or you can just choose always, where it will be available when the screen is on and when the screen is off. And you can also show it on the screen off, which will show on the always on display. So how to customize it, just go into the edge lightning styles. When you are here, you can see it is already showing these beautiful colors which were popping just on the sides. So we have to go into the effects, and you can see we have different kind of effects available here. These are so beautiful. So whenever you have any kind of notifications, this effect will just show on the screen. You can see it is just showing on the screen right now. So that's so beautiful. So next up we have the color options. You can choose between the different colors you want to show, and if you do not want the colors which are available here, you have the feature to make your own choice of the colors, which you can just make from here. So that's a great cool new feature. And you can also control the transparency of this. You can either make the transparency high, and you can just decrease the transparency, which will just make it more effective. And you can also control the width of this. You can see it just takes more space now, and you can also decrease the width, where it will just start taking a little less space than before. And if I just increase it, it looks so beautiful. You have this kind of effect on the sides of your device. So this is the edge lightning features. And next up about the edge lightning, we have this manage applications. So which applications you want to show and which applications you want to use these features will be selected from here. You can either select all the applications, and if you don't want to select all the applications, you can choose between the applications which you want to show. For example, I just choose these few applications. from here, and whenever I have any notification from these applications, these edge lighting features will be turned on for this. Next up, I want to show you few of the features which are just minor features, but they are worth it. For this, let's start with the feature which everyone should use to personalize their device. For this, go into the settings and then go into about phone. When you are here, you just have this button. You can clearly see it is written edit. You just tap it and you can rename your device. So for example, I just set Bilal's S9 Plus. So now the device name has been changed and it is Bilal's S9 Plus. So whenever I am turning on the Bluetooth or some kind of Wi-Fi network, my device name will be used as Bilal's S9 Plus. So that was one simple trick. And next up, we have the folders. For what we can do now with the folders is actually we can change their colors. For example, you just have to tap this button and you have different colors available here. You can choose between them. You can see the color of the folder changes, and you also have the feature to not give any kind of color. So we have these colors right now available, which you can choose between and change the color of your folder. You can see, for example, I just changed the color to more vibrant one, so to show you, you can see the color has been changed for the folder. Next feature which I want to show you is just to bring the notification panel down like this. Actually, when you buy the device, this feature is not enabled and you have to go into this home screen settings. For this, you have to tap the screen and go into the home screen settings, and when you are into the home screen settings, you just simply have to turn this feature on, the quick open notification panel. And if you just turn on this feature, quick open notification panel, when you are back on the screen, you just swipe down here and swipe more, your notifications will come down. You just not have to go to top to just bring them. You just have to bring like this and extend it whatever position you want. If you just swipe up from bottom to the top, you are again into your apps menu, but if you swipe down, you are onto the notification panels. And the next feature is also related to this one, which is go into the home screen, and if you just want to bring the app buttons back, you go into this app button and show the apps button and apply this, and we have the app switcher here, you can see, and still you have these options available. These options are not gone, and if you just want this button to appear here, you can use it and this button will be available to work with. Next feature which I want to talk about belongs to the app notifications. For example, you have messages and different applications like WhatsApp, YouTube, and whenever you have notifications, the batches just appear on the top. Right now I do not have any notification, that's why batches are not appearing here. Now in S9 Plus, you have the ability to control these batches. For this, just tap this again and go into the home screen settings. You have this feature, the app icon batches. Just turn this off and no batches will be available. But if you turn it on and go into the details of this feature, we have multiple different options available. You can either show the numbers, it will just show you how many notifications you have on a particular application, and if you do not want to show the numbers, you can just hide the numbers and the dot will just appear on the tops. That is just a great feature to use. And what is more, you just control the notifications if you want to show on a particular applications. So what it does, the show notifications, if I just turn this feature on and go back, for example, I just tap the messages, and when I have some kind of unread message available here, it will just show up here. Right now I do not have any messages, that's why I cannot show you those messages. Those messages will just appear here, and you can just have a quick look at those messages which are just new onto your device. So that is a great new feature to use. For this, just simply go into the home screens and app icon batches and just show notifications will be turned on, and you can either choose between the numbers and without numbers. The next set of features which I just want to talk about belongs to display and navigation bars. So let's just start those features and go into the settings, go into the display, and you know these blue light filters and a few of the things you just know. I just want to make a comment on this one, the full screen apps. Actually, not all applications are enabled to 18:9 aspect ratio. Those which support are actually enabled, and if you just want to enable other applications, if they are not supported to 18:9, you can just simply do it from here. And even in while opening and playing those apps and games respectively, this feature will be available there. So I just wanted to make a notice of this. And let's move next. We have this LED indicator, which what it does, it actually, when you have this LED indicator, what it does, it actually blinks this LED flash when your phone is just placed like this, so to make you notice of unread messages and notifications which are available. And you can just simply turn this feature on and off if you want to use this feature. Now let's go into the navigation bar. When you are in the navigation bar, you have actually a lot of features which you can use. So let's start with our first feature which is available on the navigation bar. You can actually show and hide a button on the bottom left of the navigation bar. It is a dot button. You can just double tap this button to hide the navigation bar, and navigation bar will not be available, and you just have to swipe up to bring it back, and again double tap and your navigation bar will just go away. And that was just one feature. And next up we have different colors which you can choose between to make the navigation bar look a bit different. For example, we just choose this one. You can see the color is actually changed. It is just similar to this color which we have here. So we have quite different features for the navigation bar which are available. And next up, I just want to make a comment on this pressure sensitive home button. And now we have sensitivity levels which can be controlled for this button. Actually, I already mentioned that this home button is actually quite different than the S8 Plus, and we have more stronger vibrations available. So you can just turn this hard press feature if you want to use, and you can make it stronger and even lighter, whatever intensity you just want to keep for the home button. Let's go back now, and you can see we have another feature, unlock with home button. So what it does, if I just turn this feature on and lock the device, so whenever my device is on the screen and somewhere else, I just have to press this button and it will just bring me to the screen to unlock the device. Otherwise it will just not do this. I just have to press the power button to unlock the device. And if you have just enable this feature, you just press here and you are good to go. So that's one handy feature to use for your home button. And if you do not want to use this feature, you can disable it, and you can see right now it just keeps me on the lock screen. It will not take me towards the home screen or towards the password unlock feature. So that's just the use of the home button and the pressure sensitivity levels of the home button. So again, let's go into the display, and you can see we have this block accidental touches. Actually, when the device is in the pocket, it happens that many things will be opened, so in the dark places like pocket or a bag. So when you have enabled this feature, it will try to prevent as many kind of those accidental touches on the screen, and not open some applications or just call accidentally to someone where you just don't want to call someone. Next up, in the navigation bar, we have this button layout. What it does, you just press this and you can see it actually changes between these buttons which are available. The back keys go now here, and the multitasking keys come to this side. So if you just don't want to keep it, you just can go back to the normal, and your multitasking comes towards the left again, and the back keys go towards the right again. So that's one more feature which you can use in the navigation bar. So our general features and tips and tricks about this S9 Plus have been completed. Now we will take a step further, and now we will discuss about advanced features which this device can offer. And for this, again, go into the settings, and in the settings you have this feature already available named advanced features. And in this we have a lot of features which are actually very useful when you are just using your device, and you can just make your device even smarter. So let's start with the first one, and we will just move on to touch on some important features. I will just not be discussing all of them. Actually, there are a lot of them, but I will try to cover as many as I can. So let's start with the smart stay. What it does when you have turned on this feature, as long as you are looking at the device, the iris scanner will just detect that you are looking at the device, and it will keep the display on. It will just not turn off the display of the device as long as you are looking at the device. So when you are not looking at the device, your eyes move away, or you're just looking somewhere else, the device screen time out will just go away and the device will just turn off. So you can see right now it just dimmed the device because I am just not looking at the device. So this is one handy feature if you just want to keep enabled. For the games, I will just cover it later on in this video. So next up we have this one-handed mode. So what it does, actually when you have enabled this feature, we have this feature to use. You can either use it with the gestures, and you can even use it with the home button. So if I just enable it with the home button, and if I press this home button 3 times continuously, you can see my screen just pops up to a smaller size to make the one hand operation perfect and easy to use. So now I have this feature, and I can just use my screen on the smaller scale. What else we have in this feature is this: I can move it towards the left, I can move it towards the right, and I have the settings. So it will just take me to one-handed operation settings, and if I just want to go back, it is so simple to go back here. And even I can use a gesture to enable this. I just have to go diagonally from bottom left or the bottom right towards the upside. So like this, if I just go like this, you can see it comes to a smaller size. So you just saw that we can use this one-handed operation if you just want to use. And next up we have the fingerprint sensor gestures. So what are these? Just enable these. We have actually only two features right now available, which is just swipe down on here. When you swipe down on the fingerprint scanner, and the notifications come down. When you will just swipe up, the notifications goes back. So that is the use of fingerprint scanner, which has been implemented in S9 Plus. And now let's move next. We have this quick launch camera. Everybody just knows this. Double tap the power button and you are good to go. Your camera just comes so quickly. Actually, what is the use of this quick launch? Actually, whenever you are in an application and you are using the application, and you just want to jump into your camera right away, you do not want to waste the time to capture that moment, you just simply press the power button twice and you are just into the camera. So it does not take any time. Even when your device is locked, you can see if I just press the power button twice, it will just take me to the camera even when the device is locked. So that is one great feature. If you just want to enable it, you can just enable it in the advanced settings. Next up in the advanced features, we have this multi-window. Now you can use the multi-windows in different ways. So let's just talk about this pop-up view action. So what it does, whenever you are in an application and you have turned this feature on, you just diagonally swipe down here. You can see the particular application will be resized as much as you just want to resize this application, and you can just simply move it anywhere on the screen, and even you can just go back to the normal. Just again swipe like this and you are good to go. And if you just press this first button, the application will just come here, and you can just keep moving and doing your work. And whenever you just want to open it, you can open it again, and again it will go back to that place again. So that is one cool feature. And if you just want to go back normal, just press this button and you are good to go back to the normal. And this is the pop-up view action. Next up in the multi-window, we have use recent buttons. So what is this? Actually, when you turn this feature on, we have the split screen view, which is actually, if you just press this button, you will just go into the split screen, and you can choose between these applications to be used on the split screen. For example, I just press this button, you can see. Let me just go back again in the advanced features multi-window, and this, if I just press this button, you can see and I just want to put the camera here. You can see the camera is right now here, and even I can just resize it as much as I want. So if I just want to increase its size, I can increase, that's not a problem. And if I just want to decrease the size, I can decrease. And if I just want to close, I just simply have to go like this, and only one application will be available. So next up in the multi window, we have this snap window. So what it does, it actually takes a part of that window and does not take a part or the half screen size. So just press this button again, and you can see you can choose between any of the place which you just want to keep. For example, I just want to keep this place, and it's done. And now we have all these apps available, and you will just open those apps here, and you just keep on doing your work. So that is the size, and even if I can resize it if I want, that's not a problem. Let me open one application, and let's press this button, and done. And we have to go into the app list, and I can choose any of the application which is supported by the split screen. So that is all about the multi window. Now let's move next, and next up we have in the advanced features, we have smart capture. So what it does, actually when you are taking the screenshot, I think you know this, how to take the screenshot. Just press the power button and the volume down button, and you are good to go to take the screenshot. And you have some other features which just appeared on the bottom. Let's take another screenshot, and you can see we have many features, and even you can take the scrollable capture. What it does, you just keep on taking this, and let me just show you how to just take a scrollable capture. Just press this, and you are just taking the snap, and just sorry for this, and let's take a snap, and let's take a scrollable capture, and it just keeps on adding the scrollable capture, and you can see our image is just now a bigger one. So just go into the gallery, and you can see we have all the details being captured in a single screenshot. That is just a good feature to use in Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. This was another advanced feature which is available in this device. And next up we have palm swipe to capture. If you have turned on, you just swipe your palm, you can take a snap. For this, your palm should touch your device whenever you want to take a snap, and if your palms are not touching, it will not take a snap. So that's another feature you can use if you just want to take a snap by just with your palm. Next up we have the direct calls. What it does when it's turned on, and if someone is calling you and you just have a number to call, you just take the phone to your ears, and you are good to go. The call will automatically just start. So that's a cool feature. If you just want to turn it on, you can use it. And next up I want to discuss about the dual messengers. There has been just an hype about this dual messenger in Samsung devices. Actually it came in Samsung Experience version 8.5. Many Samsung devices this feature is available. So dual messenger, what it does, a few of the applications are supported with this. If you just enable this feature, for example I just enable it for Facebook, and it will automatically install another Facebook in my device. It will just take a moment to install that application, and you can see right now I will just have two Facebook application, I think. So you can see the one Facebook application is here, the other one is here. So what's the difference? If you go in here, I already have an account running on this Facebook, so let's just close it. And what's in here, I do not have any account running on this one, so I can put another different account, or I can just keep it for others to use. If they are asking for your phone to use a Facebook, so you can just give them with this Facebook. So that's a one cool feature to use in Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus and many other Samsung devices. So next up I want to discuss about this video enhancer. So when you have enabled this feature, actually right now I just have these three applications. I do not have any other applications. So whenever you are playing video contents on these applications, it will just make your experience better, and it will give a sharper and better video quality to just make you enjoy more vivid colors and brighter videos. So we are done with the advanced features, and now I want to talk about a few of the things in the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus keyboard. For example, I just want to tap a message. Right now we have some new features available in the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus keyboard. This button right on the left side is actually a new one. We have two things available to use with this one. For example, I just put it on the T, and right now if I press this button here, you can see we have different things which can be used, the emojis, clipboard, and other things. The most important thing is one-handed keyboard operation. So you have the keyboard which is now one-handed, and if you just want to take it to the other side, you can just press this button and it will go to the other sides. You can see it is moving, and if you just want to resize it to its original size, and you just press this and it goes back to the original size. So few more things which I want to mention about the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus keyboard. For this you have to go into the settings of the keyboard and just go into the keyboard layout and feedback. So we have quite a different features available here. For example, we just go into the keyboard size and layout. What you can do, so go into the keyboard size and layout. What you can do is actually resize your keyboard according to your requirement, whatever you like. You have different positions available, and if you just want to keep it smaller, it will just become smaller, and if you just want to increase its size, it will increase its size. And next up we have the number keys available, and if you just turn it on, the number keys will just come on the top, and you just do not want to keep these, you can just simply turn them off. And next up we have the custom symbols. What it does, it actually brings symbols easier to use, and you can just customize it according to your need. For example, I just do not want this symbol to be here, and I want to choose this plus button here, and it will just appear here. So you can choose between different symbols and customize it according to your requirements. So the next thing which I want to mention belongs to messages. If you go into the messages and just simply go into the settings, and when you are into the settings, go into the notifications, then go into general notifications, and you have different features available here, but right now I just want to highlight this importance. So if you have messages or some kind of notifications are coming in the messages, they will just appear here with a message, and if you just do not want to pop up that message on the screen, you can choose between these four options which are available. You can just make a sound in the medium, no sound, and no sound, no visual interruption if you do not want anything or do not want to show your message. So you can choose this option to make your privacy more stronger by just simply taking benefit from this feature. So next up, if you just want to show your contents on the lock screen on the messages, you can show, and if you just want to hide them, you do not want your messages to be shown on the lock screen, you just keep them hidden, and they will not be shown on the lock screen unless you just unlock your device with a fingerprint or the intelligent scan and other features. So finally, I just want to discuss about the data usage. Actually, many people do not know how to use this feature, how to limit your data. For this, you have to go into the settings, go into the connections, and then move into the data usage. When you're into the data usage, just go into the mobile data, and you have this mobile data usage. So if you are using any kind of package, and you just want to put a limit on your package so that it will not exceed that limit, for that you will be paying some kind of money, and you just want to limit your data usage, and you just want a warning when your data limit is about to reach. For this, you have to go into its settings button, and just you can put any amount of, for example, you are using 15 gigabytes or 20 gigabytes of storage, so you just do not want to go more than this. You can even select in megabytes and gigabytes. That's a one handy feature to use. If I set for 20 gigabytes, and even I can just set it from the start billing cycle. For example, I just set a package for 1 month, and I just want to start the package on any of the dates of any month, and it will just keep that cycle continuous for that time period of 1 month, and it will just, when you have used that 20 gigabytes for that 1 month, it will just start telling you that your data limit has been reached. These were quite useful features from Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. Actually, there are many new features which you can take advantage from this device, which I am not mentioning in this video. Actually, already this video has been so long, I want to make it further longer. And for the edge panel, I will be just making another separate video, and I will be covering all the things which belong to the edge panels. So that's it, guys. This was all about the tips and tricks and the hidden features of Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, and I hope you highly enjoyed this video, and if you did, then give this video a thumbs up, and up till next video, bye bye and peace.